Jax Rillin wiped the grease off his hands and leaned against the frame of a broken starship. The scrapyard of Oron was alive with the sounds of clanging metal, hissing steam, and distant engines. Rusted ships of all shapes and sizes lay scattered across the dusty ground like forgotten giants. For most people, it was a dangerous, ugly place, but for Jax, it was home. He had grown up here learning to fix engines, wires, and gadgets that others considered trash. People called him a simple mechanic, but Jax had a talent few could match. He could make broken things work, even when they seemed impossible. His small shop, a lean-to of steel panels and oil-stained floors, was always full of strange machines in mid-repair. On this morning, a glint in the pile of scrap caught his eye. Something metallic, half buried under a heap of starship panels. Curious, Jax pried it out. It was an android badly damaged, its body scratched and dented. Sparks popped from its chest plate. Its eyes were dark, lifeless. "Well, you're a mess," Jax muttered, brushing dust off its face. He crouched and examined the wiring. Whoever had made it had left behind advanced circuits, far better than the simple service droids he usually repaired. There was something unusual about this one. As he worked, he heard footsteps approaching. Turning, he saw a young girl standing at the edge of the scrapyard. She was not human. Her skin shimmered faintly with green and gold hues, her eyes large and curious, and her hair floated slightly, as if it had a life of its own. "Who are you?" Jax asked, wiping his hands on a rag. "I am Lyra," the girl said softly. "I need help." Her voice was melodic, calm but urgent. Jax frowned. People rarely appeared in the scrapyard without reason. He motioned for her to follow him inside his lean-to. "Sit, rest. Tell me why you are here." Lyra stepped inside. Her eyes scanned the workshop in amazement, stopping at every tool, wire, and small robot. "I am being hunted," she said finally. "I cannot return to my homeworld." Jax's brow furrowed. "Hunted by who?" She hesitated. "I do not know all of it. Only that something powerful wants me. I was told to seek someone who can fix broken things." Jax glanced at the android which lay on the table. Its chest panel was open, and tiny sparks flickered across the circuits. Something about the android seemed alive, even broken. "Well," Jax said, rolling up his sleeves, "you're lucky. I fix broken things." He turned his attention back to the android. Carefully, he examined its wiring. Each circuit was delicate, unusual, and intricate. Jax was not a scholar, but he had intuition. Slowly, piece by piece, he began reconnecting wires, realigning joints, and stabilizing its power core. Hours passed. Outside, the twin suns of Oron dipped closer to the horizon, casting long shadows across the scrapyard. Jax and Lyra worked in silence except for the soft hum of machinery. Finally, he stepped back. "I think we're ready to try." He activated the android's power. A faint light flickered in its eyes. Then a voice, soft, hesitant, almost confused, emerged. "Where am I?" Jax smiled, a rare, warm smile. "You're safe. You're here in my shop. Name?" The android's eyes scanned the room. Then slowly it said, "Kai." "Kai," Jax repeated. The name had a strange ring to it, like it belonged to someone important. Kai's head moved slightly, following Lyra's presence. Something passed between them, an unspoken connection. Lyra took a cautious step forward. "You remember?" she asked. Fragments," Kai replied. Its voice was soft, like someone waking from a long sleep. "I do not know who I serve, or why I was broken." Jax wiped his forehead. "Well, you're alive now. That's a start. Don't worry, we'll figure it out." But even as he spoke, something unusual stirred in the air. High above, in orbit around Oron, a massive ship gleamed in the sky. Its surface was smooth and reflective, marked with the insignia of the Galactic Empress. Though the ship was distant, a faint shimmer of surveillance sensors scanned the planet. The Empress saw everything, from the largest warships to the smallest sparks in a scrapyard. And she had already noticed the new arrivals, Jax, Kai, and Lyra. Back in the workshop, Jax began teaching Lyra how to operate simple tools. She was quick, her alien hands precise and careful. Even without understanding fully, she adapted, helping Kai adjust circuits and connections. "I do not understand all this," Lyra admitted, but I feel safer here." Jax nodded. "Safety is relative out here, but right now this is the safest place you can be." Kai's sensors whirred softly. It was scanning Lyra, recording learning. "Lyra, you are important," it said. "Something inside you. Awakened systems I do not fully understand." Lyra shivered slightly. She had sensed it too. Something deep in her biology, or maybe her mind, reacted to Kai's presence. She had always felt different from her people, but now, with this android and this simple human mechanic, she began to feel a sense of belonging. As the sun set completely, the scrapyard grew darker. Sparks from welding arcs illuminated the workshop like tiny stars. Outside, shadows shifted among the scrap, but none dared approach the lean-to. Jax looked at the pair. "Tomorrow we figure out who broke you, Ki, and maybe why someone is after you, Lyra. For now, get some rest. We all need it." That night, Jax sat outside the lean-to, gazing at the stars. He had fixed countless machines, but never had he felt like he was part of something larger than a repair job. Something was coming, something bigger than scrap or tools, and he could feel it in the air. Far above, the Galactic Empress observed silently. She saw sparks in the scrapyard, but she also saw potential. Potential in a simple human, in a broken android, and in an alien girl. And in the silence of space, she began to calculate the next move. Somewhere deep inside, she whispered to herself, "Interesting, very interesting." The morning sun of Oran rose slowly, painting the scrapyard in gold and copper tones. Jax had already begun working on KI, tightening circuits and adjusting sensors. Lyra hovered nearby, her alien fingers moving delicately as she helped connect delicate wires. "We need to leave," Jax said finally, wiping grease from his hands. "I don't know who's after you, Lyra, but staying here is too dangerous. Not just for you, for all of us." Lyra nodded, her eyes scanning the horizon. "I trust you, Jax, but I do not know where we should go." Jax smiled faintly. "We'll figure that out. For now, let's just get off this planet." The trio prepared a small, patched-up ship Jax had been restoring for months. It was nothing fancy. Some old thrusters, reinforced hull, and a few repairs here and there. But Jax had made it reliable. KI assisted by scanning all systems, its sensors humming as they came online. Thrusters ready. Life support stable. Navigation functional, KI reported. Its voice was steady now, a clear contrast to the flickering uncertainty of the previous day. Lyra peered at the controls. "I have never piloted a human ship before." "Don't worry," Jax said, patting her shoulder. "I'll show you. It's simple once you understand the basics." With the engines running, they lifted off quietly. The scrapyard shrank below them, and the twin suns of Oran glinted off the ship's hull. Unknown to them, far above the planet, the Galactic Empress watched. Sensors on her massive ship had picked up their departure. She noted the trio with interest, calculating their potential and wondering how long they would survive the coming trials. Their first destination was a nearby trading hub, a floating space station known as Syndralis Port. Jax had connections there, old friends who could help repair their ship and provide information. As they approached, the port looked bustling. Dozens of ships docked, merchants shouting their wares and travelers of every species imaginable. The moment they docked, Lyra was immediately captivated. She had never seen so many species, colors, and shapes in one place. Her eyes sparkled as she moved through the crowds, but she never strayed far from Jax. Inside a dim workshop tucked behind the main docking bay, Jax and Kai began repairs. Lyra watched, fascinated by how quickly Jax could diagnose problems, how KAI's sensors highlighted hidden faults. "You make this look easy," Lyra said. Jax shrugged. "It's just knowing what's broken and figuring out how to fix it. Everything has a pattern, even people sometimes." Kay's sensors picked up an unusual signal, faint and distant. "Warning," it said. "Unknown ship approaching port at high speed. Signature matches advanced pursuit craft." Jax froze for a moment. "Lyra, we may have company. Fast." Before they could react, the port's communication system blared. A cold, mechanical voice echoed through the station. "Escapees detected. Prepare to surrender." Lyra's eyes widened. "They found us?" Jax tightened his grip on a tool. "Yeah, looks like someone doesn't want us leaving." Kai's voice was calm but precise. "We can outmaneuver them. I can calculate escape vectors, but we will need to leave immediately." Jax didn't hesitate. They raced back to their ship, and with a sudden burst launched into open space. Pursuit craft swarmed, sleek and deadly, firing warning beams. Jax ducked instinctively, twisting the ship through asteroid fields and debris. Lyra clung to the seat, her heart racing. but KAI provided constant guidance. Left thruster boost now. Reduce vector by 2 degrees. Prepare for sudden jump. Jax followed the instructions. Sparks flew across the control panel as the ship twisted and dodged. Lyra's alien reflexes helped her anticipate movements, warning Jax of sudden obstacles. For the first time, she felt capable, alive, and useful. After tense minutes that felt like hours, the pursuit craft vanished behind an asteroid field. The trio took a moment to breathe. Kai scanned the area. Threat neutralized. Pursuers lost contact. We are safe. For now. Lyra leaned back, exhausted but exhilarated. I did not know I could do that. Jax chuckled, wiping sweat from his brow. You're full of surprises. Both of you are. The ship continued into deeper space. Kai revealed more fragments of its memory. I am a repository of ancient knowledge, it said. My creators designed me to preserve information about a civilization now extinct. Lyra's species is connected. She carries genetic codes that can unlock that knowledge. Lyra frowned. Why me? Because your abilities can awaken systems that have been dormant for centuries, Kai explained. You are the key. But others will seek to control or destroy that key. Jax listened silently, his mind racing. So we're not just running for our lives. We might be carrying the galaxy's secrets. Lyra looked out the viewport, her eyes wide with wonder and fear. I never thought I would leave my home. Not like this, but now, I understand. We have a purpose. The days passed with travel through uncharted star systems. They encountered rogue pirates, small asteroid storms, and beautiful alien worlds. Lyra learned quickly, adapting to human tools and logic, while Jax taught her and KAI about resourcefulness and improvisation. During one quiet moment, Lyra asked, Do you think the Galactic Empress is watching us? Jax nodded. She's everywhere. That ship above Orion wasn't just for decoration. She knows more than anyone else in the galaxy. But even she can't predict everything we do, Kai added. Our survival depends not only on speed and skill, but on creativity. Humans have unusual ingenuity. Jax smiled faintly, a spark of pride. Now that's the truth. Suddenly, KI's sensors detected an unusual energy signature near a gas giant. There is a hidden station, it said. Ancient, abandoned, but functional. It may hold resources we need. I suggest investigation. Lyra's eyes lit up. Could it be? A place connected to my people. Could be, Jax said. Or it could be a trap. But either way, it's worth a look. We need fuel, repairs, and information. The ship approached the station, its silhouette emerging against the gas giant's glowing clouds. The station looked old, worn by centuries of neglect, but something about it hummed with power. KI scanned the docking bay. Minimal damage. Environment stable. We can dock safely. Unknown technology detected inside. Possible clues about Lyra's origin. Jax grinned. Well, let's go find out. As the trio prepared to enter the station, none of them noticed the tiny shimmer in space, a hidden observation probe, transmitting every movement back to the Galactic Empress. She had been following them closely, testing their skills, their courage, and their bond. And now the next phase of the game had begun. The hidden station floated silently above the swirling gases of the giant planet. Its surface was cracked and worn, but a soft hum of energy suggested some systems were still alive. Jax, Lyra, and Kai docked carefully, their ship's engines echoing against the metal walls. This place feels old, Lyra whispered, stepping onto the station. Her glowing eyes scanned every corridor, her senses alert. I think my people once came here. Kai's sensors flickered. Indeed. The station contains archives of knowledge tied to your genetic code, Lyra. You may uncover information lost for millennia. Jax adjusted his toolkit. Well, let's see what secrets old metal walls are hiding. Inside, the station was dim and quiet. Broken consoles flickered with faint lights. Strange symbols decorated the walls, some glowing faintly. Lyra traced her fingers over them, and a soft vibration ran through her hands. A door slowly opened before them, revealing a room filled with crystalline structures and holographic displays. KI approached, scanning. These crystals store information from an extinct civilization. Lyra, you can activate them. Lyra hesitated but reached toward the largest crystal. As her hands touched it, beams of light danced across the room. Images appeared, maps of star systems, ancient ships, and a fleet of Lyra's ancestors. She gasped. They explored the galaxy, Lyra said. They tried to preserve knowledge, to guide others. Jax watched, impressed. And you're connected to all this. That explains why they're after you. You're more than just a runaway. You're the key to something big. Suddenly the station trembled. Alarms blared. Outside in orbit, a massive fleet appeared. Shiny, imposing ships bearing the insignia of the Galactic Empress. They found us, Lyra whispered, fear in her voice. Ki's voice was calm. Not just found. They want to test you. The Empress sees everything. But she cannot predict your ingenuity. Jax gritted his teeth. Then let's give her a show she won't forget. The trio moved quickly. Jax and Ki worked to reactivate defensive systems on the station, while Lyra focused her abilities to unlock energy conduits she barely understood. Light pulses coursed through the hallways, powering old weapons and shields. Above, the Empress's flagship descended. Its immense size dwarfed the station. A holographic projection filled the room, revealing the Empress herself. She was regal, intimidating, her eyes glowing faintly with intelligence that seemed to pierce through walls. You have attracted my attention, her voice echoed. Humans, androids, and aliens. You trespass where you should not. Surrender and I may spare you. Jack stepped forward. We're not trespassing. We're surviving, and maybe learning something along the way. Lyra's hands glowed with energy. We are not afraid. We only want to understand our past and protect it, the Empress observed silently. She had underestimated them. Most beings would flee or surrender. But these three, they were clever, brave, and unpredictable. Suddenly, KAI activated the station's ancient fleet beacon. Across the stars, dormant ships of Lyra's ancestors began to awaken, their engines lighting up one by one. The Empress's fleet paused, calculating. Jax turned to Lyra. Now's your chance. Show them what you can do. Lyra focused, and a wave of energy extended from her hands, interfacing with the awakening ships. They moved in precise formation, ready to defend but not attack. Her people's fleet had been dormant for centuries, waiting for the right guide. The Empress's voice rang again, but this time with curiosity. Impressive. You wield power, knowledge, and courage in ways I did not predict. Perhaps there is value in allowing you to continue. Jax glanced at Ki. Value or test? Ki's sensors blinked. Possibly both. But her judgment is clear. She observes your heart and mind. Survival is not only strength, it is cleverness and morality. Lyra looked at the Empress, her fear replaced by determination. We do not seek war. We seek understanding. Help us protect the galaxy's knowledge, not destroy it. For a long moment, silence filled the station. Then the Empress's image nodded slightly. Very well. I will allow this one for now. But the galaxy watches, and so do I. Prove your worth, and perhaps humanity and your people can leave a mark even I cannot erase. Outside, the stars shone brilliantly. The trio had survived impossible odds, awakened a long-lost fleet, and faced one of the most powerful beings in the galaxy. But they knew this was only the beginning. Jax leaned against the railing, looking at the vast expanse of space. We made it, for now. But there's so much more out there to see, fix, and learn. Lyra stood beside him, her eyes reflecting starlight. And we'll do it together, no matter what comes. Ki hovered nearby, its sensors scanning the horizon. The galaxy is wide. Challenges await. But united, we have the chance to change it. Not with domination, but with courage, creativity, and friendship. The Empress's fleet receded, leaving a trail of quiet power behind. She would continue to watch, but for the first time, she realized that some things, even the sharpest surveillance, could not predict human ingenuity, alien intuition, or the spark of life in a sentient android. As their ship lifted off from the ancient station, Jax glanced at Lyra and Ki. Simple mechanic, broken android, and alien girl. Who would have thought? The galaxy might notice us? Lyra smiled. The galaxy already has, but now, it's our turn to notice it back. The stars stretched before them like a river of light. Adventure, danger, and discovery awaited. But together they would face it all. And for the first time, they understood a truth as old as the universe itself. Courage, intelligence, and heart could leave a mark no empire, no matter how powerful, could erase. And somewhere, far above, the Galactic Empress watched, thinking not of conquest but of respect. Sometimes even the strongest must admire those brave enough to act with ingenuity and compassion. The galaxy was vast, and the trio had only begun their journey.